I've been noticing a new, well, it's like a challenge cropping up in the coaching industry, and I'm calling it misaligned mentors. And there's a hidden cost to you and the future clients who hire a misaligned mentor. Hey, I'm Melanie Benson. I'm known as a authority amplifier, and I help expertpreneurs uh, expand their reach and be more visible so that they get out of that best kept secret syndrome. And today I want to talk about something that I've been noticing. I just did a round of like meeting with potential clients for my Amplify Mastermind and my Amplify Inner Circle, and something kept coming up. And as I became more and more aware of it, I realized how many times over the last, let's say, decade, that this problem has cropped up. And then I was talking to some peers who were doing launches for their programs, and they had the same problem. And then I saw some posts on Facebook, and I started to realize what the real problem is. And it's misaligned mentors. And here's what I mean by that. A misaligned mentor is somebody who, like, say you're going to hire a coach or a mentor, and you think you know what you need and want, and you see somebody who appears to have this great message and this great offering, and maybe it's during one of their launches that, or they're doing a whole campaign, you participate in their challenge, maybe somebody shares an email and you follow the trail and you feel so excited about it, and you enroll in this person's program, and within a few months you feel disillusioned, disconnected, it's not working for you. Or worst case scenario, the person is kind of a hot mess and isn't really delivering behind the scenes. And so you've spent a lot of money and you're not getting what you invested in. Now, there's two reasons why this happens. I'm not going to deep dive into the ethics and the integrity of being a coach in this marketplace, because that's a whole session in itself, right? We all know that there are people who focus more on marketing and selling and less on delivering valuable results. So let's put that aside, because that is a real thing. There are some people over and over and over again. I hear the stories. They're charging $50,000, $25,000, $100,000 to be in their program. And it's kind of a hot mess, and people don't really get what they invest in. Not to mention those fluky situations where the mentor is kind of imploding and they're not able to deliver on anything that they promised. Okay, so let's put that aside. Let's talk about misalignment and what it costs. So misalignment is when somebody thinks they know what they want from a mentor or coach, but they don't really know what they need. So they hire the most attractive, most magnetic, most compelling offer. They kind of follow that marketing process, but they aren't really aligned with what they need. Oftentimes it boils down to they need a coach and they hire a mentor, or they need a mentor and they hire a coach. And the distinction in my mind, having been in this industry for 21 years and participated in many debates on panels and at live events on what is the difference between a coach and a mentor. A coach is trained to elicit your greatness. They are trained to ask you very powerful questions to find out what you want and help you achieve it and help you get out of your own way. Now, here's where the distinction comes in. The mentor, the way I have seen it, is the mentor may call themselves a coach, but what they're really good at is teaching you how to create results similar to theirs. So they've got a process, they've got a system, they've got some great momentum in the industry, and they can tell you how to do what they do. They're more consultative. Here's where it becomes problematic and the misalignment kicks in. And tell me if you've seen this happen either to yourself or to people that are in your community or maybe clients that come your way. The misalignment comes in where if somebody needs a coach because they don't really know what they want, they need somebody to pull out of them their own unique and authentic path, and they hire a consultant type mentor who can only teach them to do what they do. And now they're like, well, that's not really what I want it custom. Like, they're not really seeing me. They don't get how to like get out of the cookie cutter and apply it to me. And it's not the mentor's fault. They do what they do. It's a sales problem. And typically there isn't enough unique, like what I call like this zero friction sales process to really make sure that the person understands what they need before they buy. Now, there is a very real time in your business trajectory and or your client's trajectory, if they've experienced this, where you need somebody who's both, like they can demonstrate proven results and they know how to coach. And that's usually because they've been trained as a coach, but then they've actually created significant results. And so they can integrate both worlds and know how to turn on the coach when they need to and turn on the mentor and teach a particular process. It is disastrous if somebody needs a process and they've hired a coach, because the coach, just a trained coach, oftentimes doesn't have the experience to elicit like the alignment of a process. And so the person's like, but I need you to tell me what to do. And the coach is like, but that's not what I do. And if you hire a good coach, that's not what they do. This in lies the misalignment problem. And now here is how it affects you. As a coach, a mentor, a service professional, any person who delivers a program or offering or service where there are multiple people in an industry who do something similar. And chances are your client, that your potential client that you're talking to, has hired someone in the past. Here's what's going through their mind. They are in their mind saying, I've been burned before. I made a mistake before. I spent a lot of money and I didn't get what I needed. And so there becomes this inner doubt and this lack of self-confidence and a fear of making another mistake that is greater than the willingness to take a risk and invest again. And that's what causes a stuckness in the buying patterns. And that's what I've been seeing happening. About, I would say, 30 to 40% of the people I meet with have said to me, Melanie, I made a really costly mistake in the past. I hired a mentor. I spent thousands of dollars. I went into massive debt. I didn't get what I needed. I don't know if I could do this again. I'm really afraid that I don't know how to decide what is valuable for me, what is right for me. And this is the unconscious buying obstacle that is going on inside your prospect's mind, inside that potential client's mind, that is keeping them from having the confidence and the faith in their decision-making to choose to work with you. Trust me, it's not about the money. If they want something bad enough, they will hire you. I'm going to talk about this in a future series or session episode, podcast, video, whatever we want to call this, right? But the problem that we're experiencing here is that people repeatedly have felt like they made a bad decision when really what happened is they made a misaligned decision. Here's where this is an opportunity for you. And I'll talk more about zero friction selling over the next few weeks, but this is powerful. This is an opportunity. So in zero friction selling, I teach 3 stages. And one of the stages is building rapport and connection. And one of the stages is how you hold the enrollment conversation. And I want to talk about that today, because in that process, the way you guide somebody through making the decision, assuming they've been through your phase 1 of zero friction, because if not, this isn't going to work. But what your job is not to sell them anything. Even if you know you can help them, your job is to guide them through a process using really powerful coaching-like questions to elicit their commitment to an outcome they want, and then decide if you're the right person to do it with. And if you use the zero friction sales process right, that should be an easy yes by the time they get to you. And when we add in the complexity of this sometimes like this brokenness and this self-doubt that is lingering often unconsciously in their mind, if you've done phase 1 properly and you've built a connection with them, They're already feeling like you're the right person for them. And now it's about guiding them into a decision and recognizing what the real obstacles are for them and helping them overcome them. Because look, you have a solution. The person you're meeting with wants that solution. If their fear of making a wrong decision is in the way and you let them keep that belief, they're stuck and nobody's winning at that point. So a very powerful energy that is possible is to help people overcome those limitations that are and those fears that are holding them back in life and create a new skill, a new muscle, a new trust in decision making. Now, of course, you got to deliver. You've got to be able to deliver on what you sell. But helping people have that confidence again, not only is good for you, but it's good for them. And it's good for the world because we want to help people learn how to make aligned and powerful decisions that get them more of what they want in life. So this is my plight, my request, my deep desire for our community of coaches and service providers is I want you to decide to get really good at reducing the friction in your sales process and cultivating what we call like flow, like getting more into sales flow, being that person who can guide somebody to what they want and not need to resort to the friction-full manipulation, the hard selling, the creating constriction so people feel like they have to buy. Look, if you're really doing this from a place of zero friction and you're in a flow state, you don't need any of that. It's harmful. It's not helping anybody. I know there's a lot of people that teach it and they do these amazing hard sells and they push people out of their comfort zone and into making a decision. But trust me, we are doing more damage with those techniques. I've been doing this for 21 years and I often call myself the recovery center because I have people come to me who feel very broken by the manipulation tactic and the fear tactics used in the past to get them to spend a lot of money and they just didn't feel like it was the right place for them. We don't need to do that. Let's help people get more than they want. And, your job is to get really, really good at guiding people through that process. So we're eliminating those sticky points, those friction points that are keeping them stuck in the past and not being able to see what the great resource that you are right now in front of them. Okay. I'll be talking more about zero friction sales, but I'll just give you a little sneak peek. If this is something that's appealing to you and you want to explore that resource and that way of enrolling people and selling people into your processes, then you want to check out Amplify Inner Circle, amplifyinnercircle.com. The only way I teach zero friction sales is in that program, and we're going to be doing a half-day workshop here in a couple weeks, and I would love for you to join us. The investment is just outrageously easy. And if you would like more information and you want to talk about it, just DM me and let me know your thoughts, what you're looking for, and how you believe if you could sell with more flow and less friction, what would be possible for you? All right, we'll see you soon and more coming your way. Bye for now.